tell me where Judge Hornsby is?
He's in his private chambers with young Lopez, giving him a good talking to.
How do you expect to become a respectable member of society? I, too, believe in freedom, but not when it encroaches upon the liberty of others. Now, you've got to mend your ways. You cannot ignore the obligation that you owe society. Now, when I was a boy...
Now, listen, Judge, I don't go in for this heart-to-heart, big brother talk behind closed doors. I'm a free, native-born American. I'm entitled to a regular trial by jury out there in the main ballroom. And I want a DA, and I want a courtroom full of spectators to watch me make a fool of the DA. That's my rights, according to the Constitution.
Well, I thought I was doing you a favor and at the same time save the state some expense.
Now, listen, Judge. The state may have some outstanding debts, but it ain't that hard up. A little trial...
I tell you that... Come in.
Hello, Henry.
Ann?
Sorry to disturb you.
Oh, that's all right. How are you, Buff?
Hello, Judge Hornsby. How do you feel?
Oh, not so good. Not so good.
Wait when I get you home. I slap you right and left.
Take it easy, Pop. I may not get home for quite a while.
Hello, Gabriel.
Hello? I want her for my lawyer.
We've had enough out of you.
Please. Please, naturally, Mr. Lopez was excited. I got rather a confused account. Will you set me straight?
Well, all right. You better sit down.
Thank you.
Help the lady, Pop.
Thank you.
This time he's charged with fraud. He was picked up for selling this to tourists as fragments of Moby Dick's teeth. Now, you know very well there never was an actual whale called Moby Dick. Every school child knows that Moby Dick is an imaginary character invented by an author.
Well, all I can say is that he made him seem very real to me.
And if that isn't enough, he charges $5 for this worthless trinket that you can pick up in any 5 and 10.
The 5 and 10. They undersell everybody.
Henry, Judge Hornsby, may I say a few words for Gabriel?
Yes, I know. Just the few words you always use for Gabriel on these occasions.
But you know and I know there's nothing really criminal about Gabriel. I'll admit his ethics may be a little hazy.
Hazy? A little hazy. His methods are clear enough to keep him just on the right side of the law. Now, it's only my regard for you and for his hard-working father that has prevented me from finding technical grounds to send him away. He may not be a criminal, but he's a menace to the community. He's a blot on his family. He's an affront to the decent elements.
Wait a minute. You've been summing me up. What about a few facts on yourself? You started out by running errands for a ward healer. Then you chased ambulances. You kissed toes and turned the other cheek. Finally, some old judge kicked the bucket and they stuck you in his place on a dark night.
Gabriel.
Well, that statue of justice out in front of this building hasn't stopped laughing yet. And I'm supposed to be the affront to the decent, huh?
What's the matter? You crazy talking to the judge in that way? Everybody knows it's true, but you gotta tell him right in his face, you crazy stupid.